Hello, hello, hello. So, this is one of those, a package from a viewer. At the same time, it's a person that I well know, I mean internet kind of knowing, for a pretty long time because he's a member of DIY Audio when, well, I was playing around on DIY Audio as well with a lot of stuff, learned a lot. And I learned a lot also from this guy, Bernt alias Bandsei. He was, I think, but correct me if I'm wrong, one of the first persons that made their AMT themselves. And I noticed a lot of people made similar projects, and I think based on what he did, at least I did. And later on, Solaga also chipped in. So, and after that, if I needed this 7 micron foil with paper backing, I usually asked Bernd if he could buy some and maybe ship it. Because, well, it's not, you cannot find it here. So, and he was always using this stuff. So, this time he sent me a sort of crate, he said, like, some surprises. I know kind of what's in there, but I thought it would be nice to show you guys what he made and what I received years ago, and unfortunately I misplaced or threw away, I'm not sure, and I'm sorry about that because now I wish I kept it. The magnet structure for a AMT. I still got the AMT and I still got the magnets, but I cannot find the metal that goes with it. And I think, but I'm not sure, the second version, or at least it was a pair, of course, and he sent me one. One of those is in here, I believe. So now I'm beating myself up why I didn't either keep the other or at least put it somewhere that I can find it, because that could be the case as well. So let's see. Let's open it up. So first off, by the way, thank you very much, Bernd, for sending me this package. And he told me that he was not playing as much with this kind of stuff lately as he usually did. He did a lot of testing and test panels and gazillion AMT foils, membranes. Really a lot. So I do hope all is fine and that he just not feels like doing it. Maybe he's done with it completely, but I did want to know him that a lot of people learned a lot of his tests and things he made. So thank you for that and for sending me the package. So let's see. Not sure how this opens. What kind of box is this? Looks like here is a flap. Yes. Oops. I did take a look inside. Ooh. This is sort of a geek loot crate, at least for some people. So. He even marked it. That's really nice. So Vita Frokostfolie. I don't know if you pronounce it like that. Probably not. But this is the stuff I was talking about. Paper with aluminium. In this case, it's 10 micron thick. So that's really nice. So one roll of that, and wow, there's a lot in there. Also. From Vita, the 7 micron with paper backing, very, very nice. Because I used my, it's not completely empty, but last roll. I'm at my last roll. And there's also, that's funny. There's also a brand that I didn't see before. Abena, also paper on. Or aluminium on paper, and it's 6.35 micron. So it's rather close to the 7, but even thinner. That's amazing. I didn't know this existed. Alu foley paper. It's really weird. So this is quite a common sort of foil paper on aluminium, or the other way around. So we got 3 different versions already, and in the Netherlands it's not possible to find it at all. So it's weird that it's so local. But so 1 roll of those. This is also the 6.3, I believe. Yes. So no, it's different, is it? No, it's the same. And 1 more of the 7 micron. Jesus, I will pay for these rolls, because I asked for a few rolls, and well, that's I need to pay him for that, of course. Also 6.3, and even more 6.3. So 4 rolls of those. That should last a pretty good time if I make only ribbons with them, which is mostly I want to use this for, or maybe, you know, these EMT stuff. But AMTs are really a lot of work, and I'm not feeling it. It's too much work for me. But for ribbons, this is really nice. So this can go into my foil collection, which is becoming rather big. Holy shit. Oh, I feel like a hoarder now. I am maybe a little bit of a hoarder. Then there's a package in a package. So this is gonna be, at least for everyone watching, probably the most interesting part, I think. Oh yeah, I recognize this one. Oh, he sent me multiple membranes as well. Wow, look at those. So this one got a beating a little bit. This one looks insane. Look at this. So if you look like this, there's nothing to see actually, but it has coil in there, but you cannot see it. And those are perfect. Do you see? That's really insane. So he managed to make them really look nice and accurate. And like, they also sound rather low resonance. These are really nice. As far as I know, these are the connections on the side. So these 2 are, I think 1 is deeper. So he sent me different thicknesses. So the pleat depth is different. This is less deep, and this is deeper. So this one reaches lower. This one might be having a top end that is less ideal, but very nice. So, and this one is the same size as this one, I guess. Maybe different. Yes. Ooh. Oh, damn. He even sent me. I know he and a friend, I believe, bought some neodymium magnets in a size that is not very common, or not common at all, because they, I think, ordered like a custom batch or something, like a huge amount. That must be back in the day, especially, really expensive to buy. But look at this. Oh, this is, I have to be careful with this one. Holy fuck. Those are, I believe, what was it? 6 thick. Come on. 10 wide and 70 long. And I don't know the grade, but they are pretty strong. So I would not design something with these that I want to be able to replicate endlessly, because of course there are a limited amount of magnets, but that was actually the reason why the magnets I had a few of these already from him. I never tend to use them because I cannot get these magnets myself. Maybe if you order more enough, like they did, like 1,000 or something. But this is a fair amount. You could make some really insane efficient loudspeakers with those. Wow. Weighs a lot too. So this one needs to be handled with care, because you can see even the tiny, like something like this, you know, it attracts it, or at least moves it. So that's a hefty amount of magnets. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And this... Oh wait, there's more. What's this? Glue? Alu fluid fluxide. I think this is flux for soldering to aluminium, I think. Not sure, I will ask him. But I think that's what this is. So some soldering flux for aluminium. Oh, what's this? Ah, oh yeah, I know this driver from one of the posts he made years ago. So that's funny. This thing here, well, it's a bit loose now, but let me fix that. So it was standing, I believe in the picture, like this, and underneath there was a speaker. So it was standing over a mid-range bass driver, and it worked in combination with this rather large tweeter. And the membranes we see here are capable of sliding in like this. Ain't that neat? And then the connection, not sure how the connection works. I think the idea was, I believe, that it will be connected through the magnets and the metal structure. So, because there's aluminium here and aluminium here, those are the connection points for the tweeter. In this case, I think this is too loose to make a good connection, but anyhow, you can solve that, of course. I mean, by either moving the magnets a little bit in, or put something in between, or solder them. That would be the best connection, of course. But I used this same technique to create this kind of round thingies, and it was not my idea. It was his. I've seen these, and I thought, well, that's nice. I mean, can I show you? Well, I got a lot of this kind of insulation around here, and I bought it because I've seen this idea years ago. So let's take a look behind this. It's insulation for pipes, and he cut a piece out of it so you can like slide it on. And then I believe he did some metal working as well. So it's a metal pipe, and he tacked on, welded some square rod on it, on both sides. And that's holding two magnets. And his design is quite a nice idea, because in this way you create a much stronger field in the middle of this rather huge gap. So this is it, completely naked. We probably have to make a play a sweep or something, I think, just for fun and giggles. I know he created it years ago, so it might, you know, received a little bit of a beating here and there. So I'm pretty sure whatever it's gonna do right now, it probably did better back in the day. But I had one of these, or similar ones, also from Bernt, and the membrane I got with it, it's somewhere here, played down, I believe, down to 700 or 800 hertz, up till whatever. So really nice, and I assume these are the same, I think. So it's a really cool design. He also made other weird ribbon kind of designs with indentations in it, not corrugation but something else. Like, looks a bit like bubbles, like round indentations to make it stiffer, etc. So really cool, and really this is by far the best looking AMT I've ever seen, made by someone and not a factory, and even a factory, I think. I mean, this is a much thinner material than, for instance, those AMTs from Dayton and such. As well, it's much larger, which is it's really hard to make a nice long AMT. The smaller you make them, the easier they are, because they hold shape very easily. This one even doesn't have like, let me show here. This one has a piece of aluminium that goes like this, just to stiffen it up, so you have nice curves. This one doesn't have it, but it does look even the best. I'm sure I have a membrane that has this pattern on it as well, so I think the membrane I still got is the same as this one. And this one, I think, looked better before. I'm pretty sure it still works perfectly fine. It's more of an aesthetic thing. I mean, they're not touching each other, so with some work they look great once more, and I'm pretty sure they will work. And I believe he used this this thing to test all these membranes, so every single one, even the thick one, can fit in here. And this one should fit as well. A little bit looser, but... And I think the fat one should fit as well, but maybe I moved some magnets around and it doesn't fit right now. You see? So I moved the magnets a little bit inwards, which is not ideal for the fat one. So even the fat one can sit in there, and you can test it with the same motor. Really like this idea. He made some acrylic, or I think it's acrylic, or it's what's the other one called? Polycarbonate, but I think acrylic strips, and just bended it with some hot air or something and created a frame out of it. Sorry, it's not a frame. So acrylic, and used some hot glue, or maybe even, this feels like silicone, to be honest. It might be silicone. So yeah, ain't that cool? What do you think? I mean, if I could make such nice membranes, that would be really cool. It's a lot of work, so really, it's nice to make something like this for yourself. If I had to make like 20 or something, it's no fun, I believe. His method was also different. He used a 3M tape that has adhesive on it. Oh, by the way, I'll have to ask him which tape that was. I do know it was rather expensive, but at this moment in time I am looking for mylar with adhesive, so... And he already used it. I forgot he did. I'll ask him what thickness it has and what the number was. But I believe it was rather expensive. Nice for this, but maybe not for like a huge planar magnetic. It's gonna be really costly, I believe, but I'll ask. So really cool. Need to test this tweeter and show you what it can do. And for these magnets, I don't have a plan yet, but they will come in handy, and I'm not able to find those anywhere. So, Bernd, thank you a lot, and I'll contact you for the rules and such. We'll figure something out. For sure. Thank you, and I hope everyone likes it to see some builds from someone else, not me. And be surprised by how incredibly nice it looks. See you next time. Bye bye.